Hey, Tabitha. Hey, Brandy. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Mickey. Hey, Renee. Hey, Elizabeth. Hey, Jessie. Hey, Wendy. Hey, Jax. It was interesting. It is now that I'm home, Sandra. But the day was definitely interesting. I'm going to talk about it. Hey, Sharon. Good evening, Tommy. Hey, Aunt Debbie. Hey, Dee. Hey, Anna. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Chelsea. Hey, Amy. Who knows, Sheila? Facebook is so crazy lately. Yeah, Michelle, I did have a crazy day. Hey, Rhonda. Hey, Cindy. I got your card today. Hey, Casey. Merry Christmas to you too, Kathy. Hey, Tracy. Crazy day for sure. Hey, Amber. Hey, Nina. Hey, Mandy. So, anyhow, yeah, Merry Christmas Eve. So, I wanted to talk tonight. I've got lots of things that I want to talk about. Hey, Kimberly. Um, the first thing that I want to talk about is, hey, Allie, that there are still a few things on, hey, Uncle Danny, the McKee's wish list for Christmas that are still needed. Yeah, Rhonda. Um, and I'm going to go shopping for those tomorrow. I got home later tonight than I thought I was going to. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Teresa. My kids are home. Um, oh, I know his name, Paula. Hey, Kimberly. But if anybody wants to help with the last minute stuff for them, the link is at the bottom of the screen. Hey, Emily. It is greatly appreciated. It was nice to meet you too, Tracy. Um, use your key. Hey, Margie. So, first of all, hey, Luke, I want to clarify some things that were said today and explain some things. For whatever reason, people tend to only hear what they want to hear from things that I said.
Who parked your car?
Me.
Well, you did a terrible job.
Well, I'm sorry.
I almost didn't make it. Bye. Honey. It's not right now. I need you to go to Bill's tomorrow.
Okay, Melissa. So anyhow, like I was saying, today was crazy.
I need you to wrap this stuff.
And so,
Please, and thank you.
okay. Shh. So today,
I wanted to show you what I got.
I wanted to tell y'all what happened.
Ma, then crack it down. I'm going to open one present.
Shh. And explain everything.
This has to be wrapped. I don't know how I'm gonna put it in.
After we went to Pizza Hut, we had talked about it, and Krista wanted to go and try to talk to Wendell. Hey, Chrissy. She wanted to,
I don't have any tissue paper.
she wanted to talk to him because she had sort of held a grudge against him for several years, not knowing what had happened,
Use it for present.
and she wanted to talk to him. So,
Yeah, there's not much left.
we went to try to find Wendell. Mariah stayed with Wendy and Elvis, and Krista and I went to try to find Wendell. Hey, Miss Ann.
No, it wasn't that much.
Hey, Hannah. So anyhow, we went to try to find him. Well, we rode by his house, and hey, Jamie, and there was a bicycle there, and his door was shut, and I wasn't going up to his house. So we rode on by, and we turned left, and there was a really, it looked like it used to be a really pretty church. It had beautiful stained glass windows in it, but it was dilapidated, abandoned, and it had a sign up that said, no trespassing, whatever. So I stopped there and took some pictures of the church. Hey, Allison. And me and Krista were talking, and then we drove up a little bit, and we took a picture of something else, and I told her, I said, I just want to take some pictures of all of the abandoned houses, because there are tons of them. Tons of abandoned houses in Geneva. And there's a lot of cute little houses that would be really cute, with just a little bit of work. They really just look neglected a little bit. And I don't know if it's because of when, the main sources of income left, if people moved out and the houses were just left, or what. But, it's a really cute town with just a little bit of work. And, so anyhow, we were riding around and we were taking pictures of the abandoned houses and some of the houses that had the signs out front that said no trespassing because they had been deemed unsafe by the city. And I'm going to be honest, some of the places that had those signs in front of them, they looked better than places that people were actually living. So we were riding, and I kept saying, there's so much trash everywhere. Listen, please be quiet, y'all. I'm trying to talk.
This is the living room, and we're trying to get stuff.
I can't go to my bedroom because Dalton's asleep.
No, he's not. He's on his phone. I hear his phone.
My kids are on my last nerve tonight.
Well. What? You still haven't been to Old Bell's Uptown where you were supposed to go today.
Well, I'll go tomorrow.
I need you to get James.
You're going to be busy tomorrow, I guess. You're going to be real busy.
Shut up.
My kids are on my last nerve. I'm just saying, be quiet.
Can I really wish you weren't on live right now so I could show you what I got my sister.
Well, I'm on live.
But you're always on.
They've been at my mama's making cookies all night, and they come home now and they want my full attention.
I ain't been making a cookie.
Anyhow, so we were riding around, and I was taking pictures, and like the sides of the road, the ditches, there's so much trash. Like,
It's yours.
there's trash all down the sides of the road, and Krista was filming it, about how much trash there is there. It's in people's yards.
Is that a block number?
No, but you can answer it. Please, I don't know. Trash is in people's yards. Trash is just everywhere. And there's piles of trash out by the road that have been there for weeks. Oh, sweet Jesus. Hello. Mm-hmm.
Dawn said they do not give up.
I don't care if you approve. I don't need your approval. Goodbye.
Don't goodbye me.
Goodbye. Dork.
It's
Jesus, I'm so sick of people. So sick of people. I'm just going to let you know, dude, because I know you're watching. I'm going to talk about whatever I want to talk about, and I'm going to say whatever I want to say. I don't need anybody's approval. I don't need anybody's approval to ride down the road and my passenger film somebody's house. I don't need anybody's approval for nothing. Nothing. Get over it. Anyhow, there's trash everywhere. There's trash. If you are so proud of your city, if you're so proud of this town that you live in, then why don't all of you asshats who complain about everything band together and get out and pick up the trash out the streets and beside the roads? If you're so worried about your city being talked about badly, why don't y'all do something about it?
Does anyone know? Oh, Mariah, will you get my car keys? Well, you were in there.
It looks like a trash dump. You've got people talking to stop signs. There is a problem. And you can like it or not, but there's a problem. There are lots of problems. I don't understand why it looks like that. Why doesn't the city do something about it? People throw trash out. Is there not somebody in the city who picks this mess up and keeps the town clean? Like, it's ridiculous. I took pictures today of over 40 houses within I'd say 7 or 8 street. Do I look like I care, Blake? I'm not trying to win the hearts of the community. I'm trying to find a missing girl and help a family. I'm just saying. Y'all want to gripe about things so much, and y'all want to say that I'm bringing so much negative attention to your town. Have you been out and looked at your town lately? Have you gotten out of whatever house you're in, watching me on the internet long enough to see what your town looks like? It ain't cute. Every town has problems. Every town. Every town has drug problems. It's up to the citizens of those towns to do something about it. Have a community day where all of you asshats who like to bitch and complain about me bringing negative attention to your city, get out and pick up trash. Put your money where your mouth is. It's ridiculous. You don't want me filming houses that look run down? Then pick them up. Fix them. I can't change the scenery. You're upset because your house has been shown on Facebook? Because your yard is a mess? Then clean it up. I don't care if any of y'all like me. I don't know how much more clear I can be about that. Haven't cared from the beginning. It's not about who likes me and who doesn't like me. I ain't trying to make friends. I'm trying to find Shayna and help her family. That's it. There are certain places that I've been watching. Every day when I go back up there, I watch and I check and I see, love you too, Sadie, if the mess has been picked up. Just pure trash in the side of the street. I took pictures today. I took pictures of a ditch beside the road. A ditch. It is full of trash. Full of it. Eight years, Rhonda. Y'all are so proud of your city and don't want me talking bad about it. And y'all haven't rode by this ditch. I know you have because it's right by one of y'all's big mouth houses. Full of trash. And you're proud of that? No, I don't need the community's help to find her, Billie Jean. Does the community know where she's at? Because they sure ain't helped up until this point. This is the sad facts of this matter, and I'm going to tell y'all something. I ain't never seen a town like Geneva, Alabama in my life. And today took the cake. Took the cake. I had some crazy man on a bicycle, a kid's bike, mind you, screaming at me from Wendell's camper. Then said man on the bike, who I now know his name, is driving all over Geneva, toting a brown paper bag. Watching us everywhere we went. What's wrong, Sadie? Don't leave because of me. Love you, Joe. You know, people can say that I'm talking crap all they want to. I'm not talking crap. I'm telling the truth. And you may not like what I have to say, because sometimes the truth hurts. But if y'all are such prideful people and so proud of the city that you call home, get out and clean it up. Then I would have nothing to talk about. But y'all want to complain about everything that I do and that I'm bringing negativity to your city. No, y'all are. You've let negativity come to your city. I understand hometown pride 100% because I've got it. And if my city had started looking like Geneva does, I would have organized some kind of cleanup campaign. And if y'all are so proud, why haven't you? Why haven't you been to city council meetings? I'm lost about something, apparently. I live in Defuniak Springs. Well, Patricia, the sad part is there ain't much of a downtown. I don't know what y'all are confused about. I don't know what the comment is. I'm lost. I apparently missed whatever comment was said. Anyhow, moving on. Talking about the city. Am I in a rough neighborhood when I go and visit these people? Hey, Jennifer's husband. Apparently everybody says this is the worst street in Geneva. I don't know if it is or not. Today, all that we were doing was riding down. No, it didn't come, Danielle. Riding down the street, I was showing y'all where Shayna's parents lived when this happened. And I showed y'all where, or attempted to show y'all, where Wendell and Shayna lived when this happened. Because I wanted y'all to see the distance between the two places and how close they were. Well, that's a blessing, Melissa. Because it definitely needs it. That's all we were doing this afternoon, is trying to show y'all the diversity there. It's like one house is beautiful. And then the next house is fallen down or condemned. And it's almost as if when whatever businesses were there moved out and income was lost, the families moved out and the houses have just been neglected. I'm telling y'all, there's some beautiful little houses up there. Oh, y'all leave Sadie alone. She wasn't being rude. Sadie's my people. Anyhow, there's just some really, really nice places there that could be fixed up easy. And they're just left to fall down. Hey, Debbie. And there are people squatting in the houses. The windows are busted out. The doors are ripped off the hinges. And it's not just one or two. It's a lot. I took pictures today of about 40 different houses within a 6 or 7 street radius. And people can say what they want to, but there are some absolute awesome people in Geneva. Absolutely awesome people. Today, when that asshat, and that's the only word there is for that man, who flagged us down and said that nobody cared about Shayna anymore. And that people are sick of hearing about Shayna. When that dude flagged us down, I know y'all couldn't see Krista's face when he said that. But her face just fell. And I know that a lot of y'all have never met this family. And y'all have just heard about them from me or seen them on the lives. But I'm going to tell y'all something. His name is Justin Macmillan. And he's an ass. I've met this family. I've spent time with this family. I've spent a lot of time with this family. And I love them to death. None of them has had an easy go of it. None of them. And for them to treat this family the way that they treat them. Dustin, did I say Justin? Sorry. Yes, it's Dustin. I'm sorry, y'all. Dustin McMillan. Sorry. I'm not gonna cry, Lorianne. Well, the fact of the matter is, Gwen, there's nowhere for people to rent. And the houses that they're renting aren't rentable. Or they shouldn't be. Hey, Trenda. I'm not getting into details about that either, for certain reasons. There's a lot of places there that shouldn't be inhabited that are. But all of these people who complain about what's being done for the McKees and gripe and fuss and just act like total hypocritical idiots, y'all should all be ashamed of yourself. Who are you to judge this family? Who are you to judge what they need or what they don't? Hey, Kelsey, who are you to treat this family like they don't matter? Yeah, I do, Suzanne. I do. Hey, Carson. This family, they're so used to disappointment and being treated like second-rate citizens. It's ridiculous. They expect it. And there is nothing right about that. This city that so many of y'all are so proud of, you treat people like this? We had an absolutely awesome lunch today. So many people showed up. It was awesome. We had a great lunch. A lot of good conversation. Wendy was smiling and laughing. So was Krista. Tonight, after all this stuff happened, I was still in town because some of y'all know this, some of you don't. But my niece that I'm adopting, her sister lives in Geneva. And I had taken her and her daughter to the store, and I had to get gas. While I was gone, or when we went to leave, there were a bunch of police up the road in front of the house where Wendell and Shana used to live, which was across the street from the people who flagged me down. So we rode by the police. I figured it had something to do with us. And I went to the store and came back. And then I was talking to Mariah's sister and the lady that she lives with. And I'm not mentioning names because it's nobody's business. But when we came back, the police were gone. Well, then I found out that the person who lives in the people who lived in that house had called the police because I was showing their house on Facebook. Are you kidding me? Thank you, Amanda. But I just want to tell y'all, there's some great people that live there. After this happened, I had gone back to Wendy's and Elvis's because Krista was upset. And Mariah was there, so I got Mariah. And there were 6 police officers there, too. Anyhow. And a car pulled up behind us. And Wendy said, "Do you know who that is?" And I said, "No." And somebody came out and went up there and talked to us. And they said that somebody told them that I was saying that their house was trashy. And I want to clarify this. I've never said that anybody's house was trashy. I've never said that anybody was trashy in Geneva. I have said that there is trash all over Geneva, because there is physical pieces of garbage. People take certain things and run with it, and I'm so used to it. I'm so used to things that I say being taken out of context. It is what it is. All that I said was that if all of these people who gripe and complain about me bringing attention to their city, negative attention, are so concerned, then why don't they do their civic duty as a citizen of said town and get out and clean the place up? If you don't like the way the street looks, if you don't like the way the neighborhoods look, if the house looks like they're falling in, why don't y'all all band together and go around and start fixing these houses up, working on them on the weekends, in the evenings? No, they didn't, Gwen. The cops didn't say anything to me. I drove by them and we waved, but they didn't say anything to me. There was no reason not to be friendly. It's just a shame. I'm not organizing anything as far as a community effort for cleanup. That's all of these people who are concerned about it and who live there. That's their job. That's not my community. Exactly, Lamar. But sadly, they choose to focus on too many other negative things as opposed to that. I know, Cole. While we were there, like I said, this lady pulls up and she said that she was told that I said her house was trashy. After I told her, and she was like, "I knew you didn't say that," and I didn't. The live's posted. Go look at it. But then another car pulled up behind me, and they said, "Do you know who that is?" And I said, "No." Well, somebody got out and they said, "Is that Natasha?" So they came around and walked up to my car. And I don't know if this person's watching, and I'm not going to say their name, but I just want you to know that what you said meant the world to me. Because it's hard getting attacked all the time. Yelled at, screamed at, for just trying to help people. And it is hard. I got thick skin, but it's hard. It's hard not to take it to heart sometimes, especially when you have so many people coming at you for so many different reasons. When all you're trying to do is help people. I'm not crying, Kristen. I must have missed something else. But this person, she told me, she said, I just want you to know that I wish I was as strong as you are. Y'all, I'm not strong. No doubt, Judy. I'm just determined. And I see the hurt that Wendy and Elvis have gone through, and Krista, and those boys. I see the hurt that has been inflicted on them by these citizens of Geneva. Some of these same citizens who are so outraged over how I'm portraying their town. And it's not right. What'd you do? Oh, wow. How'd you do that?
I fell at work.
My Lord.
This from dinner.
They shouldn't have to. I don't know, but I just want to tell y'all that Elvis wanted me to mention something.
What are you taking all out?
Diane, yes, you are trying to be rude. Yes, you are. Why are you even on here? Why aren't you over there with all the other asshats who talk shit? Because you were in there talking it with them. You can't come on here and try to act nice. And why does everybody that wants to come on here and be an asshat always start their stuff out with, I'm not trying to be rude. Oh, hell yeah, you are. Just own up to it. If you're going to be a bitch, just be a bitch. Don't pretend not to be. I'm just saying. Sorry, y'all. That was another one of the gypsy asshats. Carrie, it's not just Geneva. It's everywhere.
What is that?
What?
This huge box.
That's his name.
I don't know what that means.
The cornhole thing.
Oh, you got one?
Mm-hmm.
Good, we can play it on Christmas.
No, it's the truth. I mean, Jesus. If you're gonna act like, just be it. Don't come on here trying to act all innocent. And what does this have to do with Shayna? You've obviously not been watching much. God, these people are dense. Absolutely dense.
This chicken is good.
Yeah, it was.
I'm just hungry.
So anyhow, I got some more info. You and those dang t-shirts. Hello, Lynn.
These are the ones I have.
Today when we went to Wendell's, some sawed-off little man who rides a child's bike.
Is that supposed to be a leg and a wing?
I don't know what that is. That's a humongous piece of chicken. Screamed and cussed at Krista and I. And
Stop.
so anyhow, this little sawed off man cussed and screamed and hollered and said that Wendell didn't want to talk to us, and that he had told us he didn't want to talk to us, while Wendell kept his head in the camper and his body out of the camper. You know, like small children who think that if they cover their heads, they're hiding when they're little. That's what it reminded me of. I guess maybe Wendell didn't think I could see him because his head was inside. I don't know. Thank you, Kimberly Lynn. Anyhow. So, I mean, we've been out there I don't know how many times and talked to Wendell, and he had no problem talking to us and crying nonstop. But today, I found out he's lied quite a bit. What'd you do?
Who sucks?
So the fainting goat is also a lying goat.
Mine was better. Did you hear me?
What?
Mine was better.
What?
I said a fainting liar.
Oh, fainting liar. There you go. Because, you know, I asked him about the... oh, my God. I asked him about the carpet in his house. And he told me there wasn't any. Yes, there was.
How are you gonna lie about some carpet?
There's something about this whole story that he's told. And yes, I say story. About setting Shayna up. Why would a man who first said they didn't have a relationship, who then backtracked and said they did, why, if he was so involved with her and liked her so much and feels such guilt for not protecting her, why would he want to set her up with someone else? Why would you want to set up the woman that you love with another man? But you didn't actually let her go because the man said about her butt when she turned around. I'm beginning to wonder, Debbie. I'm beginning to wonder. Well, that's a good question, Sheila. There were 2 different witnesses who said they saw that. Well, that's a good question too, Krista. And being able to pass a lie detector test is not the end-all be-all. There's a reason that lie detector tests are not admissible in court. And it depends on what questions are asked as to whether you're going to pass or fail. And today at lunch, we were having a conversation, and Wendy asked me, because she's always said that she doesn't think Shayna ever left that house. And she asked me today, she said, do you think she left with somebody? What do you think? Exactly, Lamar. They are used as an intimidation tool most of the time. But it's like I told Wendy. I think one of 2 things happened. And this is just my #opinion. Either somebody did something to her in that house and he didn't know about it, but he knew about it later. And he has been threatened, which he pretty much alluded to in several of the conversations that we have had. Or someone that she may not necessarily have known well, but known enough, came to that house and told her that either Wendell was hurt or her daddy, who was in the hospital at the time, that something was wrong with him and she needed to come with them. Which would explain why she would have left that half-drank can of drink on the counter. Because they said she never left one there. So she was scared and panicked that something was wrong with somebody that she cared about, and she left in a hurry. Then that would explain why the drink was left there and why nothing was taken. The keys were there and everything. Because she ran out in a hurry to get to whoever she cared about. And then she wasn't taken to where they said she was going to be taken. I got glitter on my lip. I understand that Geneva doesn't like outsiders. And they don't like people talking about anything that happens in their town. But this is the thing. One thing that guy said today was true. One thing that guy, the asshat, said was true. People have forgotten Shayna. Had forgotten. And if I haven't done anything else, I've gotten people talking about Shayna Peoples. And they know who Shayna Peoples is. And they know that her family loves her and wants her found. And if this town doesn't want to hear about it, or they're tired of hearing about it, tough crap. Because I'm not going to stop talking about it. And I'm not going to stop discussing it. Shayna deserves a voice. And mine is loud enough louder than she's ever thought of being. Exactly what Kimberly just said. Share the lives. Share everything about Shayna. The more people that are aware of what happened to Shayna, the better. Do you know how many people in Geneva have never even heard about Shayna? In Geneva. So many people have come up to me and said, I'd never heard about this case or this girl missing until now. And Elvis told me the saddest story today. He said that about a year after Shayna went missing, somebody came up to the house. Please do, Dina. And said, my cat is missing. Will you please share this flyer of my cat? And Elvis said, absolutely. He said, but let me get you one of my flyers. And he took the flyer to this lady and he said, this is my daughter. She's been missing for a year. Will you share this? And he said the lady had never heard of Shayna. Had no idea that she was missing. Thank you, Kimberly. I had forgotten about that. Tonight, when I was still in Geneva and I had taken Mariah's sister and Mariah's niece to the store before we left town, Wendy called me. I saw it, Jamie. Call me whatever you want to. My phone rang and it was Wendy. And I knew they had gone to the Dollar Tree because they were getting some pans to cook their turkey and their ham in. And she called me and she was she was so giddy and laughing. And I said, well, what is it? She said, guess what just happened? And I was like, oh, God. I was hoping that they hadn't encountered an asshat. She said, we just were at the Dollar Tree. And she said, this nice guy walked in and we were looking at things. And she said, I noticed him because he had pretty blue eyes. And he said, hey, how are y'all doing? And said he was really nice. And she said, we got our stuff and we were checking out. And she said, he walked over there and said, no, hang on. I'm getting that. And she said, he looked at her and he said, you don't know me, but I'm paying for your stuff. Made their night. And she called me and she said, I can't believe somebody did that for us. And I said, well, you should believe it because you deserve it. And it's about dang time other people realized it. And Elvis called me and he said, will you please mention this person on your live tonight? Shannon, I thought it was Chad. When he described him, I thought it was Chad. He is an awesome guy. Tell him I said thank you. Elvis said, Elvis told me, he said, when we walked outside, he said, I told Wendy and Krista, he said, I told them, God, I feel like a celebrity. I said, well, you sort of are. That's awesome. That's like I said, I know there are good people in Geneva because I've met them. And there are so, oh, I'm getting all teary-eyed again. There are so many more good people there than there are bad. So many more. And I've seen it while I'm there. I've seen it because there's no way that I would have been able to accomplish everything that I have been able to for this family without every one of y'all's help. There's no way. No way. Oh, no way. Exactly, Casey. That's exactly right, Amber. That's exactly right. The ones who have issues and the bad apples, so to speak, they're the ones with the biggest mouths. We missed you today, Miss Diane. Amen, Suzanne. And we had this discussion the other day, you know. People tend to judge you because you sin different than they do. And I cuss. That's my vice. But that doesn't make me any worse than other people. And people can, say what they want to. And people, they criticize us doing the spirit boxes and saying that it's the devil and evil and all this stuff. But I'm going to tell you something. Everything is how you take it. And perception is a lot, or says a lot, about a person. I've never claimed to be some kind of psychic or a medium or a private investigator or anything else that I'm not. All that I've ever claimed to be is who I am. And that is somebody who cares about people and wants to help people. And I don't care who likes it and who don't. Now I'm going to tell y'all something else about Wendell that has not set right with me today. And I had honestly forgotten about it until Janie mentioned it. But when we were there the last time, he said that all of the flyers that we had put up and down the street he lives on are, hang on, I'm rolling back up. Somebody just told me something and I gotta check it. I ain't even seeing that. But we had put a bunch of flyers out on his street. And he told us that he took all of the flyers down. All of them. And had taped them up in his living room of his camper. Now, this is the same man who told us the first day that we met him that he couldn't stand to look at the flyers and didn't even want one of them. You don't want to talk about her, but you've got her flyers all over your house? Your camper? If you wanted her found, don't you think there's a better chance of her being found with the posters out on the light pole than inside on your camper wall? So, we are going to have new flyers made. I'm just holding off on it a little bit because of the holidays and everybody being so busy. But we are going to have some new flyers made. And I am going to organize another day for whoever wants to get together and go out and paint the town with Shayna's flyers. Because I will tell you that today, when I was riding around all over Geneva in my black, very conspicuous SUV, I didn't see one flyer. Not one. Every one of the flyers are gone. I saw a few pieces of them on light poles where somebody had ripped them down, but every one of them was gone. 200 flyers, all gone. He told us that he did, D. He actually tried to get me to come and look in the camper at them, and I refused to do it. We're working on that, Chrissy. We're also still planning the vigil for January. We're just trying to get through the holidays because everybody's so busy right now and it's really hard to organize things because so many people are out of town or doing things with their families. They won't, Sharon. The families are actually already checked into that. Y'all, I ain't going to no darn camper. I might be crazy, but I ain't that crazy. Even though I could probably knock the old fainting goat over. Cole. Well, there is one at Pizza Hut, Lamar. I can attest to that. Although I didn't look today to see if it was still up there, but it was last week. I don't know about Walmart and McDonald's. Exactly, Tracy. Exactly. You know, and I would love, there's an interesting person that just popped up. I would love for anybody and everybody to show up at the next time we go to pass out flyers. Because we didn't have we had a few show up last time, but not near as many as it would have been nice for us to have had. I'm going to tell y'all right now, if somebody gets me, they going to wish they hadn't. And y'all all going to know it. Yeah, those billboards are expensive. I will, Carrie. Yeah, y'all post her picture everywhere you can find on Facebook. Everywhere. Like Janie said, Twitter, every group, everywhere. Post it everywhere. There needs to be awareness for her. We need people talking. We need a lot more people talking than just in Geneva. And thankfully, I'm so thankful for all of y'all who've been with me since the beginning, who are everywhere around the world, because y'all have been awesome as far as trying to help us get the word out there. Leslie, we're holding off on the newspaper ads. We were going to do them, but I was afraid that they were going to get lost with everything for the holidays. So we talked about it at one of our lunches, and the ladies that were there and we decided that it would be better to wait until after the holidays to do the newspaper ads, so that they don't get lost. And hopefully there's not as much holiday news and stuff, so that they can, it'll get more attention. That's what we're hoping anyhow. And somebody had suggested doing Facebook ads. And targeting them. So I thought that would be good. We could do it in February, Maureen. I know January is a tough month too. I just want to be able to plan it and have time to plan it and plan it right. Whew. Sorry, y'all. The few hours of sleep I got last night ain't helping. And y'all, I'm telling you, I don't know what is going on. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that the Facebook ads would be good because we can target certain areas, target specific areas, specific age groups. I just talked about that, Hannah. So that's what I was thinking. Billie Jean, that mess makes my head hurt. No, I don't have to ask anybody about ads. Marketing is that's the business that I've had for over 20 years. I know how to market. That's what I plan on, Diane. I plan on all the news stations doing it. No, I don't want anything about her on his page. Not with that ass hat. I've actually got the flyers taken care of. Several people have volunteered to have some printed, and one of my mods donated some money to have flyers printed. So we should have enough to get at least a few hundred copies done. And we're also working on some yard signs. So hopefully we can find some of those pretty affordable. Exactly, Kimberly. I even thought about a mail out campaign for the flyers, like politicians do. Golly, they're expensive though. Yeah, we've been talking about bracelets, maybe shirts, anything and everything that we can come up with to bring awareness to Shayna and to spread the word as far and wide as possible, because that's what needs to happen, and every one of y'all can help with that by sharing. And like I said, I'm going to mention this one more time. I'm going to be going shopping tomorrow for last minute things for the family that they didn't get that were on their list of things that they wanted or needed. If anybody wants to help with that, the button is at the bottom of the page, and it's appreciated. There is a reward, Billie Jean. There's a $5,000 reward, I think, that the FBI did. And then we had somebody else who anonymously was going to donate $1,000 to anybody who led us to her whereabouts. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 pairs of shoes in front of my TV right now to be wrapped for this family. 5 pairs of shoes. Mariah's going to be wrapping like crazy tomorrow too. Kimberly Lynn, that's exactly what I told them. I told them that if we found her and there was a reward, that they were getting the money. And I 100% meant it. I definitely will, Dee. Santa's always good to Mariah. She loves it. She loves helping. She loves Miss Wendy, and she loves Brandon. I'm going to tell y'all, Mariah didn't want to go with me and Krista today. Krista as my witness. She wanted to stay with Miss Wendy. I know, Suzanne. I know. And I know that all these people, I'm going to tell y'all, you know, I'm used to small towns and gossip and busybodies. Geneva takes the cake. Oh, Mickey, you'd fit right in. Hannah went to work today or she would have been with us. Yeah, I'm getting off here, y'all. I'm tired, and my few hours of sleep last night. So, and tomorrow's another long day. So, I'm gonna let y'all go. I won't talk to y'all again until after Christmas, because I will be with my family tomorrow night and on Christmas Day. But I hope that every one of y'all have an absolutely wonderful Christmas. And I will talk to y'all Thursday. Night, y'all.